This is the second home of one of the world's most iconic women, and we've been granted rare access as the country's top diplomat ends an unexpected 4-year journey working for the man with whom she once traded blows.
City, Chicago.
Bitter rivals, yet
I endorse him and throw my full support behind him.
just as Hillary Clinton showed her support for President Obama, Obama showed his faith in Clinton.
I have no doubt that Hillary Clinton is the right person to lead our State Department and to work with me in tackling this ambitious foreign policy agenda.
What was Hillary Clinton's initial reaction when you told her, look, they're actually considering you as a possibility for Secretary of State?
She didn't believe it.
Philippe Reines is one of Clinton's closest aides.
I emailed her, I think it was the Friday after Election Day, after hearing it from 2 reporters. And I'm pretty sure her reply was something along the lines of, not for a million reasons.
If she was hesitant, why not just say no?
I think she did, or came awfully close. I think the president was very persuasive.
We're delighted to welcome Senator Clinton, Secretary of State designate.
Clinton was quickly confirmed. But how would she get along with the man who defeated her campaign? Could she work for him?
Everyone expected, including myself, that there would be a lot of division, a lot of Secretary Clinton going behind the president's back.
So was there any tension coming in between the two people at the top?
I think everyone's been surprised.
Surprised that while Secretary Clinton and President Obama have been separated often as she travels the world, they have maintained a unified front.
And she has spoken of that relationship, once adversaries and now incredibly close friends.
So what was that moment that you think crystallized their relationship?
They were in Denmark for a climate change conference.
Obama and Clinton believe China and other countries resisting a pollution standards agreement were meeting in secret.
President Obama and Secretary Clinton were talking kind of alone and, some hallway. And he said, let's go. And she said, let's go. And
so they just kind of barged in?
They kind of barged in. They said, hey guys, what are you doing?
We're here.
What's going on here? Let's, we're here. And they got the deal done.
Secretary Clinton has logged just shy of 1 million miles as Secretary of State. And usually on board, CNN Foreign Affairs reporter Elise Labott.
This is the press cabin where the journalists or traveling press sit.
So this looks like pretty much a traditional plane, but as we move forward, it's very different.
Well, that's where all the action takes place. There's a lot of communications equipment. This right here is the line of death.
What's the line of death?
Well, this is where all the classified material is. And so they always say the journalists can't come in because they have this classified bag, but let's cross it. And this is where the secretary does all her business. This is
her cabin.
This is the secretary's cabin. You have a desk right here, and this couch right here pulls into a bed. She has phones. She has secure communication. She can speak to any leader anywhere. A lot of times she'll have conference calls with the White House.
Everywhere she went, Clinton promoted what she calls smart power.
Smart power is using all of the resources of the United States. Hillary Clinton sees food security, energy security, the situation of women, human rights. These are the challenges that we're going to be meeting in the 21st century.
Smart power is one way Clinton redefined the job. If she lacked foreign policy experience coming in, her finesse as a politician helped shape her diplomatic style. Ambassador Capricia Marshall is a longtime member of Clinton's inner circle.
The basic pieces of politics is getting to know people. It is listening. It's understanding, hearing people's issues. And she is brilliant at that.
One of her favorite pet projects, clean cook stoves, supplying women in developing countries with these cost-effective, healthier means of cooking. As for pet peeves,
the one that I always fear the most triggering is she has a very strong reaction when someone steps on the back of her foot, back of her shoe. a flat tire.
Because people are always following her.
People following her and around her, so it has a higher rate of occurrence.
But pet projects and pet peeves are not what will define her legacy. What will accompany her in the history books are moments like capturing Osama bin Laden, the Arab Spring, and a terrorist attack that left 4 Americans, including Ambassador Chris Stevens, dead.
Oh, the Benghazi situation was just personally painful for her. Personally, just deeply painful. She had such an amazing fondness and appreciation for the ambassador.
Lingering questions about that terrorist attack have sparked demands for accountability from members of Congress. But Clinton's much-anticipated testimony was put on hold due to a protracted illness.
It wasn't just a concussion. It was a blood clot that's potentially very dangerous in her head. So how did you react to that?
I do think of her as pretty indestructible. I told her jokingly that when I learned of the blood clot, I felt sorry for the blood clot. Like, it just didn't stand a chance against her.
And Clinton is back in business, rounding out her tenure, leaving the million-dollar question: what's next for Hillary?
I'm not sure she knows entirely. She is entering a period that she has not experienced in a very long time. She will wake up on Monday, February 4th and not have to be anywhere she doesn't want to be.
Do you really buy that she is definitely not going to run again in 2016?
I learned a long time ago not to predict anything about Hillary Clinton.
And her closest aides do say, even Hillary Clinton herself, they don't think actually knows definitely 2016 or no 2016. Philippe Reines, her close aide, said to me, if I was sitting with him on Election Day 2008 and said, hey, what about Secretary of State? He said he would have laughed in my face and said that's impossible. So they've just stopped looking ahead into the future. But they also point out that she has a deep sense of duty and call to public service. So we'll have to leave that one as we'll see.
I love the line when he said, the blood clot in the head. He felt sorry for the blood clot.
That's exactly what he said.
She was going to destroy that blood clot.
Exactly.
So what tops her agenda right now in this post-State Department period?
One is rest. I hear that from all of her close aides. Rest, even though she's not one to rest too much, so they don't say we won't see, she'll be back at it doing whatever she wants to do soon. Also topping her post-Secretary of State list, grandchildren.